So in the meantime, somebody can sing Radha Madhav, I guess. Somebody can sing Radha Madhav. Oh, do you sing Radha Madhav in the beginning? No, yes, I don't know. Okay. How was your exam yesterday for NOI? Good, good. I can only see Barkha. Let me put the gallery view. Yeah, now I can see everyone. The exam was good.
Hare Krishna. So Kajal Mati is going to introduce the devotee, like Rasaal Prabhu to us. Kajal Mata ji, shuru ho jaye.
जी प्रभु।
Hello.
हरे कृष्ण devotees, दंडवत प्रणाम। पाण सब जाम रुकी आहियूं अॼु पंहिंजे विच में हिस ग्रेस रसाल प्रभु जी मौजूद आहिनि जेका अव्हांखे नेक्टर ऑफ डिवोशन पढ़ाईंदा। मतिलबु असीं सभु जाम लकी आहियूं कि रसाल प्रभु अव्हांखे पढ़ाईंदा। उहे जाम सुठो पढ़ाईंदा आहिनि। जीअं मूंखे उन्हनि पढ़ायो आहे भगवत गीता लास्ट यूनिट त जाम मज़ो कराईंदा आहिनि। एंड आऊं अव्हांखे हुनजे बारे में थोरो ॿुधाईंदसि। सही आहे। रसाल प्रभु जी न सिंधी फैमिली खां बिलोंग रखंदा आहिनि। उन्हनि जी कास्ट सचदेवा आहे। रसाल प्रभु न 2003 में स्कूल जे टाइम में ई इस्कॉन खे ज्वाइन कयो। ठीकु है। देन 2009 में उन्हनि फुली ब्रह्मचारी आश्रम खे ज्वाइन कयो। 2010 में उन्हनि दीक्षा वरिती हिस ग्रेस गोपाल कृष्ण महाराज खां। देन प्रभु जी स्पेन वेंदा आहिनि प्रीचिंग करणु। प्रभु जी खे फ्रेंच ईंदी आहे, कॉलेज टाइम में सिखिया। एंड प्रभु जी खे सिंधी ॻाल्हाइण जो जाम शौक़ु आहे जेका आमी सभु मिली करे सेखारींदा आहियूं प्रभु खे। सही आहे। एंड उन्हनि जे बारे में हा, प्रभु जी न भक्ति वेदांत बि आहिनि। जॾहिं दिल्ली में सेकेंड टाइम भक्ति वेदांत हो तॾहिं प्रभु जी कयो हो। अगरि सर्विस जी ॻाल्हि कजे त प्रभु जी ड्यूटी वर्शिप बि आहिनि। एंड इन जे अलावा हा, अॻियां प्रभु जी जो इरादो आहे कि अॻियां प्रभु जी संन्यास बि वठंदा। त नॉलेज में उहो त मूं अव्हांखे ॿुधायो। हाणे प्रभु जी नाउ इट्स योर टर्न।
मां छा चयां हाणे संन्यास बि चई वियो।
जय तुलसी माँ जी, want to add something?
प्रभु जी सब कुछ सब कुछ जेको आहे न काजल माता जी मूंखे लॻे थो सब कुछ ऐड करे चुकिया आहिनि।
ऐड करणी आहे, हिकु शइ ऐड करणी आहे। प्रभु जी न पहिरीं पंजाब बाग मंदिर खे ज्वाइन कयो हो। हाणे प्रभु जी इस्कॉन रोहिणी में सर्विस कंदा आहिनि। प्रभु जी उते जा डायरेक्टर आहिनि एजुकेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग जा। एंड प्रभु जी खे न हुननि जे स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर उन्हनि खे DIHE जो डायरेक्टर ठाहियो आहे जेको भक्ति शास्त्री जे अंडर थींदो आहे। प्रभु जी हर शइ डायरेक्टर आहिनि बस।
Good. Thank you so much for your introduction. And it was so pleasing to hear my own introduction in Sindhi for the first time. And in this class, we'll have one more norms, addition to the other norms, that you have liberty to speak Sindhi. I can understand Sindhi. Galan nathi tache, parma sujan do aya. हाँ ठीक है काजल समझी वेंदो आहियां। So but you have this liberty, you can ask questions, you can speak in Sindhi. I can understand very well. So let us start this course. So let me share my screen. So we'll start with the am I the host now? Can you make me the host?
Yes, Prabhu, I have made you the host.
Just a minute. Just a minute, I need to break.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I'll say it again. So you can ask questions in Sindhi, you can make comment and have discussions in Sindhi as well. So we can have that one norm added to the addition of other norms in this class. Some of the throat is not active, instantly just got stuck. Let me share my screen. Okay. So before we start, we'll make this point every time. We'll recite this prayer. Okay. And that's probably the only Sanskrit which Prabhupada has used in entire Nectar devotion. So we'll make a point, if we can memorize this word by heart, this verse, we can recite it all together. Keep yourself muted. And that's obeisances to 6 Goswamis. And with that prayer and obeisances, we'll start our course, Nectar Devotion. Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipuno Sadharma Sansthapuko Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manyo Sharanya Karo Radha Krishna Padara Vinda Bhajana Nandena Mattaliko Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako. Can somebody volunteer and read the translation of this verse? Can you see the screen? I hope you can.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Can somebody volunteer and read the translation of this verse?
Can
I can't see anybody on the screen, so anybody can just speak out.
Prabhuji, may I?
Yes. Please.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Shri Sanatana Goswami, Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Radhunath Bhatt Goswami, Shri Radhunath Das Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami, and Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing internal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna.
Good. I hope you were reading from the book, so I stopped sharing the screen. One quick question, since you already have given your exam for the NOI, Nectar of Instruction. In preface of the Nectar of Instruction, Prabhupada starts with some punching line. This movement is conducted under the
Guidance
Yes,
Under the
yes.
supervision of Rup Goswami.
Yes. Now, I have the following question on the same. What are the synonyms of supervision? Voice is not proper. If is my voice
It's proper.
audible? Good.
It's perfect for me.
Otherwise, I can use the headphone as well. So, what are the synonyms of supervision? Since Prabhupada mentioned, this movement is conducted under the supervision of Srila Rupa Goswami.
Direction or guidance.
Or guidance.
Okay. What else?
Footsteps.
Presence.
Footsteps, guidance, direction, management. Okay. What are the more synonyms of supervision? And then we'll deep down into the meaning of supervision and how we are related to Srila Rupa Goswami with that meaning. What else more?
Observation.
Could you say it again? Sorry.
Observation.
Observation is good. You all are correct, but I'm looking for a one word. Administration, okay. So, control, okay.
Instruction.
Okay. You all are good, all are correct. One meaning of the supervision is watch over. So we all are being watched over by Srila Rupa Goswami. And you're doing this Nectar of Devotion course, studying from Pakistan is also watched over by Srila Rupa Goswami. So with that note, we'll start our discussion. We'll have, it's kind of an ocean which Rup Goswami describes, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And he has divided the ocean into 4 sections. And we'll be studying the one section of this ocean, the eastern section, Purva Vibhag of the ocean, which has got 4 categories. You don't need to write. We'll show everything on slides, PPT presentation, so everything will be visible to you. So I think the part of the Bhakti Sastri course, we only cover 19 chapters, out of which 14 chapters will be taken by me. I'll cover those chapters. And thereafter, Atul Krishprabhu, our dear teacher, he will continue with the spontaneous devotion service. With that note, let us start the sharing of the screen again. And let me broadcast. Okay. One thing you'll find, dedication. Prabhupada is dedicating this book to the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. And you will find different dedication of Prabhupada when he's offering his book. I have one quiz, okay. Whom did Prabhupada dedicate his Bhagavad Gita?
Prabhuji?
I can't see anybody.
To Baldev Vidyabhushan.
Good, to Baldev Vidyabhushan. And whom did Prabhupada dedicate his Krishna book? Somebody else can say. You don't need to see in the book.
His father.
His father, Gaur Mande.
Yeah.
And whom did Prabhupada dedicate Bhagavatam? Anybody else?
Bhakti Siddhant.
Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur. And whom did Prabhupada dedicate teachings of Lord Chaitanya? I think that's the last one. And tricky one as well. So, any guess? No, this is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Dedication means this person is writing these books for this person. And in the same way, in the way we also get to get the books and read the books. So primarily dedication means when the author is dedicating his books to someone, means he's writing for that personality. So this book Prabhupada is writing for the pleasure of Shata Goswami, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So that is his mood. In the way of his dedication, we also get the book, happen to read the book also. They are worth taking shelter because they're absorbed. This is about Shata Goswami. They are worth taking shelter because of they're absorbed in the mood of gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. Good. This book will give us many things. Amongst those things, one is the definition of pure devotees, the definition of pure devotion service. We'll discuss into detail about the definition of this pure devotion service and who is a pure devotee. One time, Prabhupada was with his disciple, Tamal Kish Maharaj. And Tamal Kish Maharaj asked Prabhupada, how many pure devotees we have in this society? So, how many think, this is my question to you, how many think you are pure devotees? How many of you? Let me just come to you. Okay, then we'll ask this question.
We
Answer.
are not.
How many amongst you feel you're a pure devotee? Do you think you're pure devotee? Who has become pure devotee by now? Somebody saying yes, no? Nobody's a pure devotee here. Oh.
Not yet, Prabhuji.
Sorry, come again, sorry.
I said not yet. Not yet.
So, but by the
We
answer,
have lots of impurities here.
we have not become pure devotees yet. Okay, so Tamal Kish Maharaj asked Prabhupada, how many pure devotees we have in the society, in ISKCON? How many pure devotees are there? And Prabhupada asked, how many devotees we have in the society as of now? Tamal Kish Maharaj said, probably we have about 3,000 devotees in total. Probably that's a approximate number. And then Prabhupada said, it means at least we have 3,000 pure devotees in our society. So one definition of pure devotee is when one is practicing devotional service, he has become pure to some extent. 100% purification is what we call a perfect devotee. Perhaps you have seen this in the Nectar of Instruction, the preface itself. There are two words are used by Prabhupada, pure devotee and perfect devotee, right? So they both are different. Anybody who's executing, performing devotional service is a pure devotee. And when he perfects himself in the devotional service, his devotion has become 100 fully manifest. He becomes a pure, perfect devotee. So that is the aspiration of a person rendering devotional service. Now, I don't know what course you're, the flow that you're following so far, but in my flow, I'll ask you to read the, let me bring this again, the highlighted portion. I can't see anybody on the screen now because I have a screen sharing. So I will request you one by one. I don't know who can do this, but one by one, if you can read the highlighted text, and wherever needed, I'll make comment on that. Krishna Priya Mataji, could you decide yourself who can?
Yes, Prabhu.
Because
Yes,
if they say maybe they can be alphabetically or as per your choice. I mean.
okay. Nana Mataji, you can. Doshna Mataji has, I think, lower her hand, but Nana Mataji, you can continue.
I have one request, one suggestion. If you can alphabetically divide the whole class in the meantime, so they get everyone see their number, who's following whom, and thereafter one after another you can read the highlighted portion. Okay, somebody can start. Anybody can start now.
Okay then. Prabhuji, if you see alphabetically, then Kishori Mata, you should go ahead.
The list is not prepared yet, so in the meantime, anybody can start.
I have to prepare the list.
Yeah, in the meantime, you prepare a list. And for the time being, until the list is prepared, so anybody can start with.
Hare Krishna. Can I?
Yeah, please.
The Nectar of Devotion is a summary study of the Rasamrita Sindhu, which was written in Sanskrit by Srila Rupa Goswami.
So basically, the preface talks about the history of the book, and so Nectar Devotion, in the words of Srila Prabhupada himself, is a summary study of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And I know I heard it from a spiritual master directly. Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he was sitting in the class, and Prabhupada was giving the class. And it is the time in 1970, yeah. So that was the time this book was published, and Prabhupada got the first copy of this book. And as soon as Prabhupada got this copy of this book, first copy of Nectar of Devotion, he waved this book in the air and told the audience, and one of the audience was His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, that time Gopal Krishna Goswami, Gopal Krishna Adhikari that time, Prabhu. And Prabhupada told, this is the law book of ISKCON, of Krishna consciousness, not ISKCON, Krishna consciousness. Every devotee must read this book. So that was Prabhupada's first remark as soon as he got this book. So this is the law book of ISKCON, or Krishna consciousness. Somebody else can read now?
Kishori Mataji, you can read.
The principle of Lord Chaitanya's movement in educating and elevating everyone to the exalted post of a Goswami is taught in the Nectar of Devotion.
See, the same commonality, common thing you'll find both in NoD, Nectar of Devotion, and NOI, Nectar of Instruction. How to elevate everyone to the exalted position of a Goswami. So before you execute pure devotion service, the first condition is to become Goswami, control one's mind and senses. So the principle of Lord Chaitanya's movement in educating and elevating everyone to the exalted post of Goswami is taught. So what is there in the Nectar of Devotion? How to be a Goswami. So common theme, falling from the NOI. Yes. Somebody else can read
Mahak
this.
Mataji. Mahak Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Rupa Goswami first meet Lord Chaitanya at Prayaga, and on the Dvashashvameda bathing gata of the holy city of the Lord instructed him continuously for 10 days. The Lord partially instructed Rupa Goswami on the science of Krishna consciousness. These teaching of the Lord Chaitanya to Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada was narrated in our book Teaching of the Lord Chaitanya.
So now, this is a history of the book. Srila Rupa Goswami, and he was Dabir Khas. He was engaged in Mohammedan governments as a prime minister. And he was instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. And Mahaprabhu gave him the seeds of devotional service, explained all the science of devotional service. And then Srila Rupa Goswami spelled on that science of devotional service. In fact, even Prabhupada also wanted to give this name, Science of Devotional Service, earlier to this book, but later he changed the name. So the history is Lord Chaitanya personally instructed Srila Rupa Goswami, and based on the teachings of Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami has spelled on this book, the Science of Devotional Service. Okay, next.
Nana Kundanani Mataji.
And thereafter, now we'll discuss what is the purpose of this book. And Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada has explained what is the purpose behind the objective of this book. Correct. Please.
Hare
Doshna
Krishna.
Yeah.
It is only for our guidance that Srila Rupa Goswami prepared his book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Can you read
which
the next
is,
one also?
Persons engaged in the Krishna consciousness movement may take advantage of this great literature and be very solidly situated in the Krishna consciousness.
Srila Prabhupada is explaining two things here. It is prepared for our guidance, for the devotees who are in Krishna consciousness. And second, by reading this book, those who are engaged in Krishna consciousness, they will become solidly situated in Krishna consciousness. You become a very determined, faithful devotees of Lord Chaitanya, or devotees in Krishna conscious movement. It will give you a solid foundation, this book. That's the purpose of this book. Yes, next one.
Doshna Mataji, you can continue.
Hare Krishna. Every one of us within this world is perpetually engaged in some sort of service, and the impetus for such service is the pleasure we derive from it.
Prabhupada gives, perhaps you have read the Bhagavad Gita as well, maybe some portion of the Gita is covered, yet not. Have you read the Gita so far in the Bhakti Sastri course?
Yes, Prabhuji, 6
Yes.
chapters.
So in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada mentions this point again, and this point, same point, that in this society, in this world, you'll find everyone is serving the other. A is serving B, Prabhupada gives example. B is serving C, C is serving D. Nobody can remain without serving other. Everyone has to serve. If there is nobody, one is serving himself. So Prabhupada gives here 3 examples: philanthropist, those who are lover of mankind, the householder, and nationalist. They serve other, as nationalist is serving the cause of the country. A philanthropist is serving the humankind, charitable works, and householder is serving the family, children, wife, etc. And they are deriving, all this personality are deriving a rasa, which Prabhupada translate as mellow. Well, rasa is a word, it's hard to get its English synonym. So Prabhupada is following the same tradition which Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has used. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur defines rasa as mellow. And Prabhupada is following the same tradition. Mellow means juice, a taste, kind of a juice. You can say a juice. whose taste is very sweet. So particularly this is called Bhakti Rasa, is a mellow different from the ordinary rasa enjoyed by the mundane workers. So we see in the society, they're philanthropists, they're householders, they're nationalists, they're serving and they're deriving some mellow, some rasa. That's how they get this inspiration to serve the mankind, to serve the family, to serve the cause of the nation. Similarly, there is mundane rasa, there is a Bhakti Rasa. There are two kinds of rasa exist in the world. One is mundane rasa. Mundane rasa is experienced by those who are serving the material cause. Material cause could be wife, could be children, could be nation, could be a mankind in general. But Bhakti Rasa means what? Which is enjoyed by a devotee when he's serving the Supreme Lord. And now, the yellow portion, somebody can read that. A green one also, then we'll go forward.
Barkha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question.
Please, yeah. If you have question, let me. Yeah, please ask question.
Prabhuji, I have a question. Like we have two type of rasa, mundane rasa and bhakti rasa, right? So
Before you ask question, if I can recall you were in the last batch as well, right?
yes, I done Bhakti Sastri from ISKCON
Okay.
in 2025.
Oh, okay. You are doing again. Okay,
No,
good.
I'm just listening. I'm just listening. Whenever I got time, I come to listen.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is very great opportunity to have association of these kind of devotees. That's why. Okay, so my question is, like we have two kind of rasas, mundane rasa and bhakti rasas. If someone is engaged in mundane rasa and as well as bhakti rasa, so is it necessary to like leave and left mundane rasa to have only bhakti rasa, or we can have both rasas together in our life?
In order to answer your question, I'll ask you one question. And this question is for everyone. And we have both material desires and spiritual desires in our heart. Okay. Now, okay. So we both have material desires and spiritual desires also in our hearts. Which desires Krishna will fulfill? And we know Krishna sanctions all the desires of the devotees. A devotee might have material desires, and devotee might have spiritual desires to serve Krishna, to get initiation, and devotee might have material desire to earn a lot of money, go out to foreign tours, and be very distinguished in the society. So which desires Krishna will fulfill? Both the desires.
I think both.
Krishna will fulfill both. Oh. If you are Krishna, which desire you will fulfill for a devotee? If you are Krishna as a judge, you know.
Krishna, related to Krishna, but Krishna fulfill both.
Krishna fulfills both. Okay. Anybody?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Just different answer.
I think I can answer.
Please.
Somewhere I read that if we surrender Krishna completely, then he will fulfill our all desires.
All desires. So, okay. But with all desires, Krishna has this concern. If I fulfill your material desires, you'll go away. You'll leave bhakti.
Preferable is like that one which is related to Krishna.
Okay. So he's saying Krishna will only fulfill your material desire, right? Oh, sorry, Krishna related desire. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a preferable. Like Krishna will prefer first that, and
Krishna
then like
Krishna will prefer
definitely
that your spiritual desires are only fulfilled, and okay, that's one of possible answer.
I think Krishna, which are helpful for us.
Okay. We have seen in okay. Let me cover Lakshmi. Okay. Yeah, please. Lakshmi. Is it Lakshmi or Lakshmi? I can't see your name, but just part of discussion.
Lakshmi.
Please,
It's Lakshmi.
Your hand is raised. You want to say something?
No, Prabhuji, I want to read.
Okay. Sorry, it's for the reading. Do you have a book with you? By the way, do you have a book with you? So I don't have to show my screen, but you can't see the highlighted one. Okay. Maybe in the next class, I'll share my highlighted portion like in advance so that I don't have to switch over again, shuffle. Anybody would like to contribute the last response? Malika, are you there?
Prabhuji, Krishna will fulfill the material desires, so he could see that what the devotee want.
Okay.
If he is engaged in material desire, so definitely he wouldn't want the spirituals. That's why maybe.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, am I audible?
Yeah, please, Malika.
Yes, Prabhuji, I want to add that in my experience, I think Krishna fulfills the spiritual desires only.
Okay.
In my experience, I have felt that Krishna usually takes away the things which are not good for us, material things, usually to take us more towards the bhakti.
Good.
More towards the
I'll tell you
spiritual.
why Krishna is doing with you. I'll tell you why Krishna is doing with you and why Krishna is fulfilling somebody's material desires. How does Krishna decide? See, you see Krishna as a judge. Somebody is aspiring for material things and somebody is for aspiring for spiritual things as well, spiritual desires. The desire that you cultivate is being considered by Krishna. You may have material desires, but you're not putting efforts for it. You're not trying to cultivate personally. This is a consideration Krishna takes into account. The desire that you cultivate. So since the question is, a person may have both, maybe experiencing both mundane rasa and the bhakti rasa. Getting a point? So can we live with both? The answer is no. Yeah, one can live with both, but one cannot attain that level of pure devotional service with that. And this will be a course of discussion. We'll discuss into detail. But yes, God realization and sense gratification cannot go hand in hand. I think you read somewhere and I think we'll cover that in Nectar Devotion itself. God realization and sense gratification. Mundane rasa means what? Sense gratification and God realization cannot go together hand in hand. It has to be one. Just to one. Obviously, a devotee can go on with that, but desires sense gratification, desires for sense gratification as well as for attaining Krishna in this lifetime. But eventually, when he gets purified more and more, he gives up all material desires, and there's only one remaining desire is to serve Krishna unconditionally. Hope I answered you well. Is that okay? So the desire that you cultivate will be considered by Krishna. So in the case of Malika, she answered, Krishna listens to my spiritual desires. It means you're cultivating those desires more than your mundane rasa, than the desires for the sense gratification, or call the material desires in general. Is that okay?
Yes, it is.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you will see one thing. Whenever Prabhupada describes bhakti, he always describes as a process. And Prabhupada never says bhakti is automatic. Everything happens in bhakti automatic. Right?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
I'll come to you. Let me just complete and I'll come to you again. So Prabhupada explains bhakti is a process and bhakti is not automatic. Bhakti is automatic, but not for us, for a pure devotee who is on the spontaneous level. For him, the bhakti is spontaneous, automatic. Prabhupada has never mentioned about bhakti is automatic. In bhakti, everything is automatic. It happens automatically, You can understand that way. In bhakti, it is always a cultivation. Cultivation means you have to make some efforts, positively or favorably. That's a precise definition of bhakti which Prabhupada gives. And Srila Rupa Goswami gives. And we'll discuss those definitions in detail with the case studies as well. Yes, Gitika Rani Mataji. Tanjo Prashna hai.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु मुझे सिंधी नहीं आती सही तरह से I can't speak
Okay,
Hindi
at least you can
properly.
speak. You must be speaking better than me at least. Yes, please, have your question.
Prabhu, my question is that it's like my experience is that I heard something called
I think you are muted. Okay.
sorry. I want something, or like I try to do something, but it is for Krishna sometimes or not. I don't know, but I try to do. Then I leave it to Krishna that if it done or not, it's all up to you. Then sometimes it's not done. Then
Basically, you try to do something for Krishna and you leave it unto Krishna. And now the last part, I just couldn't catch your last part. When you're doing something for Krishna, you leave it up to Krishna, and then
it's not done.
It's not done. It's not done. Okay. So Krishna doesn't do things for you, which you leave on to Krishna, right? So Krishna has his ways and means for a devotee. Something's not good for you, Krishna may not do it. See, whenever we go and pray to Krishna, this is a very important thing. We should mean what we're praying for. If we're leaving on to Krishna, then Krishna has to decide whether it has to be done or not. Not that I say, Krishna, now I've surrendered to me, it's to you. Now do whatever I tell you. That's not a surrender, right? Oh, you should act according to my desires, my wish.
No, I was like that I do, but I I I did it, and I say, Krishna, if it is favorable for me, then do it. Otherwise, it's your wish. It's all up to you. What you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
do with
So
me.
sometimes the direct communication with Krishna is also has to be checked with some senior devotee. So sometimes we are not so. Sometime, obviously, we always encourage prayer and talk to Krishna personally. But sometimes if you have that confusion, so that intervention of some senior devotee is required so that he can reveal that Krishna's plan for you, right? One important lesson for all of us is when we're praying to Krishna, we must mean our prayer. When we're living onto Krishna, now Krishna has to decide. It's not my wish now. Let Krishna decide what is good for me. Whether in my own understanding it may be positive or negative, whatever, So that way. Malika, you have question or we can go forward now? Or Poonam Behrani. Yes, do you have any question?
I want to read.
Okay. Okay. You're for the reading. Let's go forward and let me share my screen again. So I think Poonam can start with this. Bhogatyak. I think so far we have done the yellow portion we have done, right?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, whosoever was reading can continue.
The relish or taste of the mundane rasa does not long endure, and therefore mundane workers are always apt to change their position of enjoyment.
Okay. Next one, can you read the next one also?
Okay. Bhogatyaga and a living entity. A living entity cannot steadily remain either in sense enjoyment or in renunciation. Change is going perpetually, and we cannot be happy in either state because of our eternal constitutional position.
So the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita you must have read. Krishna is describing about the sense gratification, the nature of sense gratification. And here also Prabhupada describes 2 things. What's wrong with the sense gratification? First thing is Bhogatyak. And second concept is Chapal Sukha. Yo sansparshaja bhoga dukh yoni evate adyantvantu kontya nateshu. Who will end? Nateshu.
Ramate Buddha.
Ramate Buddha.
Good, very nice. Good. So Krishna saying a wise person doesn't take interest in the source of miseries. Yo samspashaja bhoga dukh yoni evate ade antavantatu konteya. The sense gratification has a beginning, has an end. Na teshu ramte buddha. An intelligent person, the wise person should not take pleasure in sense gratification because of 2 things. First thing is Bhogatyag. It has a beginning. That's precisely the enjoyment in mode of passion. In the beginning, it's interesting, but the end is very miserable. Chapal Sukha. Prabhupada has given 2 examples here. One is Chapal Sukha. This sense, the taste, the rasa, which is called the mundane rasa, or the rasa of sense gratification, is very flickering. Chapala. Chapala means it's very for a short time. There are 2 terms which are differently defined. One is, people often mistake both the terms as the same thing. One is called pleasure and one is called happiness. The pleasure is always indicating a material sense gratification. Pleasure is derived from the material cause, which is very short-lived, has a beginning, has an end. In spiritual sense and circle, what we defined sukha is as happiness. The very definition of happiness is it keeps on increasing and never ends. Pleasure is very short-lived. It has a beginning. It lasts for a short time. No amount how big the pleasure in this world, it will stay for some time, very short time, and it will end. The happiness in the spiritual world keeps on increasing and never ends. That's a very definition of happiness. So sukha is differently defined from the ananda. Okay. So mundane rasa, bhogatyag. Prabhupada gives an example. A businessman works whole week and he wants to retire in the weekends. He wants to go for some vacation because he's bored with the working throughout his weeks. Monday to Friday they work, Saturday, Sunday they go out for the vacation. To get some relaxation, again, they go for the same thing. Chapala Sukha. This is what Prabhupada describes here. Chapala Sukha. Just a minute. I don't know. I can just highlight again. So this is Chapala Sukha. Flickering happiness. Actually, it is pleasure, but flickering happiness. The material happiness in that sense. Now, this is very beautiful. The next one. The devotee realizes the presence of God by devotional service. Let me ask you one question with that. What is the effect of having prasadam in the right consciousness? What is the effect? And with that one activity will derive the one principle and which will reflect everywhere. Okay. This is now we have Roshani Kumari Mataji. Say. Yes, Mataji. You want to say something?
No.
Sorry again. Come again.
Prabhuji, may I?
Okay. Somebody was saying something. Anybody can. What is the effect of
Prabhuji, to engage in the devotional service or Krishna consciousness.
What is the effect? Have my question again.
Advancement in Krishna consciousness. And
what
advancement in Krishna consciousness.
Advancement in Krishna consciousness. Okay.
And we will also get purely, like internally, purified ho jayenge.
Purified.
I guess.
Okay.
Taking the prasadam can purify our tongue, heart.
Okay. Jai Tulsi Mataji. So we have Jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I wanted to say that it purifies us.
It purifies us. I would like to. Okay. Be stay muted for time being. I would like to bring to your point. What do we want actually in Krishna consciousness? So we're getting purified. We are making advancement. Okay. What else?
Controlling our
Prasadam cleanses our mind.
Controlling our senses.
Controlling senses. I'm just giving you examples.
To please Krishna.
Okay, yeah. To please Krishna. Please Krishna. See, Prabhupada writes here, let me read the statement again. A devotee realizes the presence of God by devotional service. So any spiritual activity, if you have performed in good consciousness, if you have executed the way it's supposed to be, it will give you the presence of Krishna. It will make you feel the presence of Krishna. See, whenever we're giving responses, we have to be mindful how is it related to Krishna? We'll get purified. Okay, we'll make advancement. Advancements towards whom? Towards Krishna. If you get purified, what will Krishna will come in and descend into your consciousness, will appear in your mind.
Relationship with Krishna.
Yeah, relationship with Krishna. The point is, any spiritual activity that we perform must make us feel the presence of God. 3 things, you can write it down. I would like everyone to write it down. I'll ask question, then I'll give the response. Who brings us into devotion service?
Guru.
Okay, Guru. Okay. How do we come to devotion service? Who brings us?
Our
Guru?
little effortness.
Our efforts, our Guru. Who brings us into devotion service?
Association with sadhus and gurus.
Association of sadhus. Okay.
Guru Sadhu Shastra.
Sincerity, sadhu, efforts.
Reading the Shastra, following the Prabhupada's footsteps.
Good. Okay. Second thing, who makes us advance in the devotion service? How do we advance in devotion service?
Guru.
Who gives us direction?
Our own
Guru.
will.
Previous acharyas
Guru.
and Guru.
Acharyas. And who
Previous
takes us?
Acharya's footsteps.
Who takes us
Following
back to
the
God?
steps of
Okay. Next question.
Guru.
Who takes us back to Godhead?
Guru.
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 Okay, Guru takes you back to Godhead. Okay. So it is a correct answer. Guru, Acharya, Teacher, Association. They are there. They are the one who brings us into devotion service. But it is Krishna who's working behind. Who sends Guru to you? Krishna. Who makes you advance in devotion service? Who is guiding you within in the course of your devotion service? And finally, who takes you back to Godhead? Is Krishna. I was looking for one word, that Krishna. Who will say Krishna? Krishna will take me back to Godhead.
Prabhuji, I have written in textbooks.
Oh, sorry. So you get this credit. Yeah, this credit goes to you. So basically the point is, it's Krishna who brings us in devotion service. He's guiding us in devotion service and he's taking us back to Godhead. So that is why to feel the presence of Krishna is very essential for a devotee. All the efforts in devotion service that we make is just to bring us to this point of always feel the presence of Krishna in our mind and in consciousness. Okay, let us go forward. Hope it is visible again now. I'll read this pink one, then somebody can follow me up. Mellow relish in the transcendental loving service of the Lord does not finish with the end of the life. It continues perpetually, and it is therefore called Amrita, that which does not die but exists eternally. Neha karma nashvasti pratyavayana vidate so alpam apiyasya trayate
Mahato Bhayat.
mahato bhyat. Any action performed in devotion service is Amrita. It continues perpetually. Perpetually means which goes on and which exists eternally, perpetually. It doesn't die. It exists eternally. Prabhupada defined exists eternally. So the mellow relation, this is called Bhakti Rasa. Wherever you read like mellow or Rasa, it is Bhakti Rasa. Mellow of devotion service, transcendental mellow or mellow in general, Prabhupada mentions the Rasa. And the mellow of devotion service, transcendental loving service is called Bhakti Rasa. The nature of this Rasa is differently defined from the mundane Rasa. The nature is, it will exist perpetually. It will never end. The taste of the Bhakti will never end. That's the very nature of the Bhakti. The more you become mature, the more you want to serve the Lord. The more taste you want to have. In one of the book, Bhakti Vikas Maharaj writes, and perhaps you have read this book also, Brahmachari and Krishna Consciousness. This is for the Brahmachari reader, but Maharaj says anybody can read this book. So in that book, Maharaj mentions, initially Krishna gives a lot of taste, Bhakti Rasa, to a devotee when one starts one's devotion service. But after some time, Krishna starts to take away that taste from devotee. And devotee who has tasted this bhakti rasa is hankering for the taste again. Oh, when I was a new devotee, I was chanting, I was feeling so much bliss, but not now. I'm feeling that same bliss. So Krishna takes away the bhakti rasa for some time, or at least reduces, not takes away completely. And when a devotee is making a lot of efforts, Krishna gradually, bit by bit, gives a taste. That's the nature. Because initially Krishna gives a lot of taste in abundance, and then Krishna wants his devotee to struggle for the taste. And one good thing, one time, let me just, one time one devotee asked Prabhupada, this bhakti is very difficult. And he was almost on the verge of leaving Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada suggests bhakti is very difficult. If you have the 4th Gita with you, the 4th chapter and 34th verse, do you have somebody Gita with you? The first line Prabhupada describes, can somebody read this? 4th chapter, 34th verse of the Bhagavad Gita. If you have ready with you.
Tadvidhi pranipate.
No. First line. Read the first line. First line of the purport. The path of spiritual realization is undoubtedly
Difficult.
Is undoubtedly very difficult, not just difficult. So this devotee said, Prabhupada, this Krishna consciousness, bhakti, this very difficult. Prabhupada says, yes, this is difficult. And Prabhupada writes in the purport of this first line of this 4th 34. The path of spiritualization is undoubtedly, Prabhupada says, very difficult. So Prabhupada said, yes, the path of bhakti is very difficult. But material life is impossible. And then Prabhupada said, bhakti may be difficult, but material life is impossible. How can somebody live a material life and be happy? And then Prabhupada describes further. In bhakti, there is a struggle. In material world, there is also struggle there. In bhakti also there's struggle, right? You have to follow rules, get up early in the morning. This is Kartik. Every day you have to go for lamb. So many struggles are there. You have to combine, balance your material life and spiritual life. Everything seems very difficult. So in material life, this is called bitter struggle. In bhakti, the struggle is sweet. Even after struggling for Krishna, you have that taste, you have that rasa. Even say if I give you 1 crore rupees, say to Rakhi, I can see. If I give you 1 crore rupees, will you Pakistan rupees? Okay. So will you give up your chanting? Will you give up worshipping Krishna?
No.
Yes or no? No.
No, definitely no.
Even though they struggle in the chanting, you maybe sleep late night. Somebody may be chanting 2 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock at night, 4 o'clock sometime even. I've seen devotees in Pakistan somewhere, they told me they struggle to complete the chanting because of their studies, exams, family relatives, whatever. Still they're struggling. It's difficult to complete the rounds. Still they're struggling. Why? Because there's a rasa. Spiritual life is difficult, but material life is impossible. That's a verse of Prabhupada. So even though there's a struggle, a devotee would like to continue because that struggle is sweet struggle. The struggle in material life is bitter struggle. It doesn't give you anything. In the beginning, there's a suffering, and later there's also suffering. That's the struggle of material life. The struggle of spiritual life, in the beginning, there may be struggles till the time you reach the level of spontaneous devotional service, loving devotional service. But once you reach it, it's a complete bliss. In spiritual life, the journey is as good as the destination. The bliss that you experience, obviously, this is maturing as a raw mango and the ripe mango, as Prabhupada gives that example. As you mature in devotional service, the mango becomes more ripened. So the journey is as good as destination. You feel bliss in the journey, and when you reach to Krishna, there's also bliss. And that bliss is called Bhakti Rasa. Okay. Okay. All the bona fide activities in Krishna consciousness are Amrita or permanent. This is a subject matter of the nectar of devotion. So this is the subject matter. What we're going to study is all the activities of Krishna consciousness, they are permanent, Amrita. What is the difference between any work and bhakti? What is the difference between any work and bhakti? Somebody maybe going to college, university, and for studies, how it can be made bhakti?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Bhakti is for the we do anything for the pleasure of Krishna,
Mm-hmm.
and karma is for the sense gratification or self
And
satisfaction.
how do you know Krishna is pleased with your activity?
We just follow the scriptures and guidelines that is given by our acharyas.
Prabhuji, we just feel it in our heart that Krishna is pleased.
What if sometimes if you're confused, Krishna is pleased or not? Sometimes we have this confusion.
Yes, definitely. We sometimes feel very confused that why it is happening, and if Krishna is not satisfying or pleased, yes, it happens. So
Let me give you one more understanding on the same. Sometimes we are confused when we are grappling with the problem. We are caught up with some problem. When this will end, we are struggling. We are thinking in our mind, who has given this problem, and when will this end, and what is the point of going through this problem? Okay, three things. The basic thing first. Anything Prabhupada says, any activity which is sanctioned by the spiritual master is a spiritual activity. Even though it apparently may appear to be material activity. Somebody is going to university or somebody is going to his profession for earning. But if it is sanctioned by the spiritual master to you, it becomes a spiritual activity. The difference between work and service is the consciousness. In which consciousness we execute the service. Any service can become work, or any work can become service based on your consciousness. The general definition is any activity which is authorized, sanctioned basically by your spiritual master or any senior devotee under whose guidance you are performing your devotional service, becomes a spiritual activity, becomes a bhakti. Now, three things. Sometimes Krishna appears to be very reticent. It appears in our life that sometimes Krishna is not saying anything to me. He's not showing any arrangement, any sign of hope. Sometimes it seems like I'm not getting any answer from Krishna, and this is a way of Krishna. Sometimes Krishna is intentionally reticent, means he hides his intention for you. And we are wondering what is happening and how Krishna is guiding. How Krishna is seeing the situation. He's not doing anything. Sometimes for years we are struggling with the problems, for months, for days, whatever, could be anything for someone. And we feel Krishna is not doing anything for this, isn't it? Does it happen to you?
yes, Prabhuji, years and years, not days or months, just years and years.
Nothing is happening. I mean, I'm talking to Krishna. I'm trying to pray hard to Krishna. I'm trying to chant sincerely, but nothing is happening. I don't know what Krishna is doing with me. So, three things in your life, if you can get to know, you can joyfully go through any situation in your life. And these three things exactly Krishna hides from you, because Krishna has a purpose. First thing is, if you know this problem is given by Krishna, and this problem will end by this time, and this is the point which Krishna is trying to tell me, to convey to me through this problem. I'll tell this reason again. So this problem is given by Krishna. If you know, oh, Krishna has given this problem, let me joyfully go through it because Krishna has given, okay? And second, this will end by this time, okay? Okay, this problem will end in, say, next 10 years, 10 months, or 10 days, or 10 minutes, whatever. Okay, we can still joyfully go through any situation. And this is the point which Krishna is trying to tell me through this situation. Okay, this is the lesson Krishna is trying to give me through this situation. Okay, let me learn the lesson. And Krishna has given this problem, this will end by this time. Generally, Krishna doesn't do that. And person is confused. Is it given by Krishna or Maya? And when you are caught up with the situation, it feels as if it will continue forever, isn't it? Sometimes the problem feels as if ये तो चल दो थींदो ना हल्दो विंदो ना छा चलन
हल्दो रहंदो
हल्दो रहंदो ये तो खत्म ही थींदो कभी खत्म ही न थींदो हल्दो रहंदो. So when sometimes we are caught up with a problem, it feels as if it will continue forever. And we cannot, third thing, we cannot understand what is the point going through such problem. We can't understand what Krishna is trying to tell me. And the good news is Krishna does it intentionally. He wants to go us through this struggle because Krishna has two important roles with all of us. First, he wants us to grow, obviously. And second thing is he wants to establish personal relationship with each of us. And that's how Krishna has his ways and means to arrange different things in our life so that we struggle and find it. Obviously, Krishna doesn't do that. He will never explain you the problem. When you're struggling, at some point of time, Krishna will explain you his intention behind the problem going through. Later, when you understand and connect the dots, okay, this is the point Krishna is trying to tell me. This is how Krishna saved me through this. So yeah, initially it appears that Krishna is not, he's hiding his intention from me. But Krishna has his ways and means for a devotee to make him grow in spiritual life. And he has his ways and means in the situation of a devotee to establish personal relationship with Krishna. Okay? So that's why sometimes it appears that Krishna seems inactive for us. He's not doing anything for me. But even not responding is Krishna's part of strategy to establish that relationship with you and to make us grow in spiritual life. And one thing is also taken into account when we are not reading enough or hearing enough about Krishna, we cannot understand Krishna's plan as well. So we must be equipped with proper hearing and sufficient hearing so that we can understand Krishna's plan.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, how can we say that Krishna is giving us this problem? Because this is our pastime karmas also.
Just a minute. Let me continue. How do you understand Krishna is giving me a problem?
Yes, Prabhuji, because these are our pastime karmas that make us suffering.
See, generally, Krishna uses your karma to purify us. If Krishna wants, he can nullify all your karmas. But generally, until the devotee is purified fully, obviously, Krishna nullifies or erases all your karmas, traces of karmas, when one is a bhav bhakta. We'll come to this discussion later, maybe chapter 15 or 16 somewhere on the bhav bhakti. Karmani nirdhanti kintu cha bhakti bhaja. One who is a bhav bhakta, Krishna erases all traces of his karmas. There are no karmic reaction till the time you reach that stage. Krishna purifies you by using your karma. Now it is up to Krishna. He can reduce your karma. He can intensify also. Or he can intervene and chalk out a plan for your advancement by creating a situation for you. Sometimes a devotee may be stubborn not to follow a way of life. Krishna has to, tighten the screw a little bit more so that a devotee runs towards Krishna. So basically, Krishna has his ways and means. So even though certainly we have karmas, and Krishna uses that karma for a devotee. Now, what is the attitude of a devotee who is going through this situation? If something good happens, a devotee thinks, I don't deserve this, but Krishna has given me this opportunity. And when a bad thing happens, devotee thinks, okay, I should suffer. I should have even suffered more, but Krishna has reduced my suffering. See, in devotional service, when we perform devotional service, the three things that we told, who brings us in devotional service, who is guiding our devotional service, and who takes us back to God. It is Krishna in all three phases of life. So we are never alone. Prabhupada says as many times. We are always with Krishna. And one time Prabhupada mentions, anybody who's trying to be a sannyasi, he must have this realization first. He's never alone. One time Prabhupada said, one can take sannyas. One is fit to take sannyas when he can enter the dark forest in dead of night and doesn't fear, the fearlessness. The point of saying is, we are never alone in devotion service, even though we may be getting the result of Krishna, the result of karmas, but it is sanctioned by Krishna for you. If Krishna wants, he can erase all the traces of karma for you. But till we reaches, Krishna uses your karma to purify you. And the pure devotion services, a devotee suffers all kinds of reactions of karmas, and he is grateful to Krishna. He performs his devotion, continues his devotion service, and it depends on Krishna. That's a way of life for a devotee. And it is said in the Bhagavatam, a devotee who does like this, he's the rightful heir of, he's the right person, fit person for going back to God.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question.
Okay, you can ask.
Sometimes we perform many spiritual activities and also feel like that we are falling down or not making advancement in the Krishna consciousness. Why we feel like that on that time?
It could be many reasons. Sometimes we are very slackened in our hearing and chanting. That could be one of the reasons. And it could be one reason that initially when we perform devotional service, we get a lot of bliss. Krishna gives a lot of bliss. It is like you're flying in the airplane. Prabhupada gives example in the first canto. When the airplane is flying, it's just taking flight. You can feel some, sensation. But when it is stable, you don't feel that sensation within. So when you're making bhakti, you're getting so much rasa, because new practices are happening. You're getting so much a rush of rasa from Krishna. But after some time, we are still making progress as the aeroplane is going forward, but we don't feel the process. Others can see your progress, Getting my point? Let me just come to you. I need to see if you're getting this point.
Yes, thank you.
So once you make progress, after a while, you don't feel your own progress. I can give you one example. Does a humble devotee say he's very humble? Have you seen any humble devotee saying he's very humble?
No.
What he will say? No, I'm not humble. But other devotees can see he's humble. So after a while, devotee cannot see his own progress, but others can detect his progress. Oh, he's becoming very humble. Somebody who has love for Krishna will never say I have love for Krishna, but others can see he has a love for Krishna. So reason could be anything. Either you're making progress and other can witness your progress. That's a good sign. Or other way around. If you're not making progress in devotional service, Krishna is there within us to tell us. He takes away all the taste, actually, Bhakti Rasaal, and we hanker for that taste, and we are feeling deprivation in that sense of taste. And we are feeling very dry, monotonous because of insufficient practice of bhakti, hearing, chanting particularly. So it could be any reason. The positive side of the reason is you're making progress in devotion service. If you continue to perform all the activities of devotion service that is supposed to be performed, others can still witness your success in devotion service, in your progress. But it could be related to your own insufficient practice of devotion service when you're, since you mentioned falling down other things. So Krishna takes away that pace and devotee hankers for that rasa. Okay. Can I go forward now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So many questions. Okay. This is the point which I want to take. When one is elevated, devotion service becomes automatic and spontaneous. Eagerness to serve Krishna. This is when you become elevated. Otherwise, Prabhupada would at least I've seen, never uses this word automatic. In bhakti, everything is automatic. It is for a bhava bhakta, prema bhakta. Otherwise, the bhakti is always a cultivation, making a endeavor, make practice to do bhakti. This is the only time when Prabhupada use the word automatic. Otherwise, the bhakti is cultivation, constant cultivation, anushilanam. This is good thing. Now, let me ask you one question. Are we body or soul?
Soul.
Soul.
We
Sure,
are soul.
we are soul. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm. The body has a nature, the soul has a nature. What is the intrinsic nature of soul, which you can see? What is the nature of soul?
Never die.
Krishna,
It never dies. Okay. What else?
eternal.
Somebody can.
It is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, text 20, that soul will never die, never take
My
birth.
question is a nature of soul that you can feel. It never dies. We cannot feel it. So a nature of soul that you can feel.
It's pure.
Conscious.
The
Pure.
behavior, it's Krishna conscious.
Nature of soul is to
The
serve Krishna.
behavior which
No,
we
no, no,
see.
no. You take your time. Take 30 seconds, 15 seconds. My question is, can you define at least one intrinsic nature, the essential nature of soul, which you can feel?
To be active.
To be
Active.
somebody can say, I cannot catch this word. To be
Active.
active. Okay. Okay, this is good. Active. This is one of the nature of soul is to be active. Okay, which you can feel. You are always active. You're not dead. You have consciousness. What else?
Uh,
Today I'm going to prove that you are soul with that nature.
May I?
Consciousness.
Consciousness, something you can feel. Okay.
To
The nature of
Serve.
to serve. Okay. That's more closer. What else?
It is pure and eternal consciousness.
Pure. Okay. What else? Nature of soul that you can feel yourself. You can feel.
Identity.
Identity.
Servant.
So the one nature of the soul is to love others and to be loved by someone.
Soul is the part and parcel of the Lord.
Yeah, yes, correct. The nature that you can feel yourself. Suppose when you get attention, you feel very good, somebody's giving me attention. Sign of love, sometimes it is giving attention to someone. Suppose if I say Krishna Priya Madhuri, you're such a nice devotee. So it feels good when you're given such attention. Say I say Priya Nevwani, you're such a nice devotee. It feels good when you are given some attention. So the nature of the soul is to love others and to be loved by others. And that is perfectly reposed when that loving tendency towards it is reposed towards Krishna, and you're getting that love from Krishna. It's called loving propensities is reposed fully when it is reposed in Krishna. So this is the point. So this is how we can prove your soul. How does it feel when nobody's giving you any attention? Even as a devotee, nobody's bothering, nobody's giving you any call, is inviting for any program, and you don't get to know anything about the temple things. How does you're left alone in your own circle, in your own zone? How does it feel when nobody's, even in the family, giving any attention? You feel ignored, neglected. The worst feeling we can give to somebody is ignore someone completely. To wipe out his existence, to give him that feeling that he doesn't exist or she doesn't exist. That's the worst feeling we can give to someone, because that's a very against the nature of our very nature. We want to be loved, and we want to love others. We have families, we have children, we have parents, we have teachers. We want to give our love to someone. So when these two activities, giving love and being loved, they are perfectly reposed in Krishna, you get the perfection of Krishna consciousness. And this is the point which Prabhupada now explained. Just a minute. I hope you can see now. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhe Kagunai Shavanadi Shuddha Chete. Who will end? Shavanadi Shuddha Chete. Can you hear me now? Yes, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Shavradi Shuddhachite Karyodaye. We all have eternal love of Krishna with us. By hearing about Krishna, by chanting about Krishna, this love is revived. So Prabhupada says the nectar of devotion teaches us how to stimulate our original love for Krishna and how to be situated in that position where we can enjoy our blissful life. So this nectar devotion is all about, the purpose of the book is all about how to revive your love for Krishna. Our love can be fully satisfied only when it is reposed in Krishna. Everyone has tendency to love Krishna. We love our parents, we love our teachers, we love our spouses, we love our friends. We should love them. But it is fully reposed in Krishna. When one becomes fully happy. This is a sum and substance of this book, Nectar of Devotion, which teaches us how to love Krishna in 5 different transcendental mellows, basically 5 rasas. Next, the Bhakti Nectar of Devotion teaches us the science of loving every one of the living entities perfectly by easy method of loving Krishna. So one who loves God, he loves everyone because everyone is part and parcel of Krishna. See, one thing you'll find in this world, we have dislike, and there's a more different category, jealousy, and there's more envy. So that 3 different categories of dislike with more intensity. We may dislike someone because of karma chemistry doesn't match. And then there's a jealousy. Envy means not just you are jealous of someone, but you're trying to harm that person. So these 3 things, dislike, jealousy, and envy. You will see one thing. We may not like someone, because of some karma chemistry. We don't like somebody's nature, how somebody's acting and behaving. We don't like somebody's demeanor, how one is carrying himself or herself. But from the perspective of Krishna, Krishna loves everyone. You may not like somebody, but Krishna likes everyone. In the eyes of Krishna, Krishna has a love for everyone. He loves each and every living entity. That is why Krishna is being with all the living entities throughout eternally. That's the very nature of Krishna. So from Krishna's side, the love is there for everyone. We may have a like and dislike. So if we learn how to love Krishna, then it will be very easy to immediately and simultaneously love every living entity. So if we still have dislike towards other, it means what? The vice versa, that love for Krishna is still not there. But who loves Krishna, he loves all the living entity, every living entity. It's a vice versa as well. So if there is, I don't like this devotee, I don't like this devotee. We might have liking, and obviously we have to be judicious, intelligent, wise enough whom to associate in devotee circle. But yes, or obviously there are some activities which we don't support, validate in the life of devotee. But condemning some devotee is condemned forever. That is not devotee's job. Krishna loves everyone, and we should have respect for all the devotees. The nectar of devotion will teach us how to turn that one switch that will immediately brighten everything everywhere. One who does not know this matter is missing this point of life, the point of life. Now somebody can read now. And I think there are 2 more just to finish this preface, and then we'll go forward.
Ishwar Prabhu. Neha Mataji, you can continue that.
Can I?
Okay, Hare Krishna. The root cause of our dissatisfaction is that our dormant, loving propensity has not been fulfilled despite our great advancement in the materialistic way of life. The nectar of devotion will give us practical hints how we can live in this material world perfectly, engaged in devotional service, and thus fulfill all our desires in this life and the next.
Good. So the root cause of dissatisfaction we have is that our dormant loving propensity has not been fulfilled despite our great advancement. So basically, when we repose it unto Krishna, we feel full satisfaction. Now, I think this is the last one. Okay, let me read. Missing Krishna means missing oneself also. Wonderful. Missing Krishna means missing oneself. You will be missing yourself, who you are. You'll be forgetful of your identity. Real self-realization, realization of Krishna go together simultaneously. For example, seeing oneself in the morning means seeing the sunrise also. Without seeing the sunshine, no one can see himself. Similarly, now this is important. Unless one has realized Krishna, there is no question of self-realization. So we make self-realization, we become realized to the degree we have realized Krishna. So self-realization and God realization go hand in hand, go together. Just like seeing yourself in the morning means seeing the sunrise as well. Prabhupada gives that example. Okay, to the degree you have realized Krishna, to the degree you will realize yourself. One of the philosophers said, wonderful thing, the most difficult thing in this world is to know oneself, who you are. That's the most difficult thing in this world. And you can know yourself, oneself, is by knowing Krishna. Okay, now this is the introduction. And let me read a few things more. Somebody can read this?
Prabhuji, may I?
Yes, please.
In routine of
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Okay, so if you have a question, let me stop screen. Okay.
Prabhuji, I have a question. Like you have said that God realization and self realization go like parallel, right? So I just want to know what is self realization. And
okay, good. It's good that you asked this question. We talk about spiritual advancement. We are on the path of science of self-realization. We have to realize ourselves. Realizing oneself means, or self-realization means three things, particularly. Your relationship with Krishna, your relationship with material world, and how material world is related to Krishna.
Example,
I just told three things. Your relationship with Krishna, how you would like to serve Krishna in one of the rasa. That's called self-realization, first part of the self-realization. And when you understand that, obviously, the following two things will follow. How Krishna created this world. What is the connection between Krishna and material nature, and how you're related to this material world. So basically, how you are related to this material world means you're not this body, though you have got all the ingredients of this body from the material nature. Now, there's one logical thinking. We are spirit soul, and we are covered by material body, right? So basically, I'm the combination of matter and spirit, right? So far, good. I'm telling you what is self-realization, and how does a devotee become self-realized and goes back to Krishna. So this body is a matter of combination of matter and spirit. Matter has come from the material world. Spirit has come from the spiritual world, right? I'm the combination. On one extreme, let me complete. On one extreme, we find everything material. Now again, I'm the combination of matter and spirit. On one extreme, we find everything matter.
Prabhuji, you are mute.
I'm mute.
No,
I'm not
you are
muted.
No,
I'm not
Prabhuji.
muted. Sorry. So one extreme, sorry, say it again. So I'm the combination of both matter and spirit. On one extreme, we find everything matter, which is called material world. There has to be one more extreme where everything is spiritual, which is called spiritual world. This is exactly what is called self-realization. I don't belong to this world. I belong to Krishna. Yes, now you can continue. Daya Lohana. Chayo.
Prabhuji, still I haven't got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Self-realization in short for you. What is your relationship with Krishna? What service will you do to Krishna in spiritual world? Krishna reveals that to you. As far as we know, we are soul. What is my identity in connection with Krishna? See, when you go to spiritual world, what will be your service? Krishna tells you in this world. So the more you become mature in devotional service, Krishna gradually reveals to you your service and your spiritual identity. That is precisely called self-realization. Self means who this soul, how does this soul belong to Krishna? In what aspect? I can give you one example. Am I a friend of Krishna? Or will I be assisting Mother Yashoda? Some people have that mood of being a friend of Krishna. Or will I be just serving Krishna as a servant? Or I'll be with Krishna in one of the conjugal rasa. This is precisely what is called self-realization. Knowing you're one of the 4 rasas, prime rasa, will not count Shant rasa in that regard. Are you a servant of Krishna? Are you a friend of Krishna? Are you a parent of Krishna in that sense? Or are you in the mode of conjugal love of Krishna? When Krishna reveals those things to you, with the maturity of devotional service, is called self-realization. Hope you got it now. Or still you have question?
I have got it, but you said 3 things, na? What is my relationship with
That
Krishna?
is the secondary. That is secondary. Basically, what is your relationship with Krishna? Self-realization means what is your personal relationship with Krishna?
To realize that thing is called self-realization.
Correct. Yeah.
But I want to understand that secondary things also.
Second thing, in the course of realizing yourself, your personal relationship with Krishna, you understand what is this material world, how does Krishna create this material world, how Krishna is related to this material world, and what is my connection with this material world. Because in order to associate yourself with the matter, you need to have this understanding. In order to have this understanding that you're not this body, you need to understand you're not of this world. And that's a primary understanding how you are related to this material world. Okay. See, some things we can theologically we can discuss, but this is more of a realization when you understand you're not this body. One thing Prabhupada says, if you chant attentively, offenselessly, you will realize that you're not this material body. That's a part of the execution, what you call Abhideya path. And the prayojan is realizing yourself, what do you call your relationship with Krishna, and Sambandha part. Basically, there are 3 things: Sambandha, Abhideya, and prayojan. You know what is Sambandha? Sambandha means what is your
relationship connection.
Sambandha means 3 things basically. What is your relationship with Krishna? How Krishna is related to material world? How you are related to material world? 3 things, 3 triangles. Basically, on the triangle, on one side is Jiva, on the other side is Krishna, on the third side is
material world.
So that's a triangle. When you understand this triangle, you have a complete understanding of this world. Sambandha. Then you execute devotional service. You perform bhakti here in chanting, different execution of devotional service. And the prayojana is what? Realizing your personal relationship with Krishna. When you have love, when we say what do we mean? We should get this love of Krishna. Love of Krishna precisely means you know your relationship with Krishna and how you have to serve Krishna in the spiritual world. That is attaining love of Krishna. And that is the stage of after bhava. And this will be clear in the course of this discussion after 14th chapter, the chapter entitled Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti. There you'll have more clear idea of self-realization as knowing your personal relationship with Krishna.
Okay, thank you. Prabhuji, can we say, sorry, I'm taking so much time. Prabhuji, can we say that a person who realizes these 3 things are pure devotees?
No. Yeah, you in the definition of Prabhupada, anybody who's doing bhakti is a pure devotee. In that definition, you can say, but the definition of pure devotion service in itself, one is freed from all material desire. One may know that I'm not of this material world, theoretically, but still one is attached to this world. So one may still have material desires even after knowing these 3 things. So it's not just knowing things, it's acknowledging and
implementing.
Implementing, correct. That's a word.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody has any other question? We'll move forward for the introduction part. Oh, it's only 9:30.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
No more questions. Sorry. I'll give you time for the question. Okay, anyhow,
Hare
you can,
Krishna. Okay, sorry.
okay, you can ask your question. Oh,
Prabhuji, I have read in Prabhupada's book, it's written, we are eternal servant of the Krishna. But here you're talking about the relationship. I mean to say, what relationship we should make with Krishna. I don't understand. If it is our choice, we can make any relationship with Krishna, or is it like we are eternal servant of Krishna? I don't understand this point.
so everyone is eternal servant of Krishna. Even somebody who is on the different rasas, like someone who's a friend of Krishna, he's serving Krishna in that mood of friendship. So this dasya rasa, this servant rasa, or this servant thing is included in all the rasa. Even the gopis, they are trying to serve Krishna. The mother Yashoda is trying to serve Krishna. So the mood of servitorship is there in all the rasas. Okay? Who asked this question?
Okay, so you're saying Dasya Rasa is included in Sankhya Rasa.
Is
Sakya
common.
Rasa.
Yeah, dasya rasa is common to all the rasa. So everyone is servant of Krishna. Even you are servant of Krishna. Everyone is servant of Krishna. So we are eternally servant of Krishna, and Krishna reveals in which mood you will serve Krishna, as a friend, as a parent, as a conjugate. So Krishna reveals that part to you. It's not your wish that you ask, it is revealed by Krishna to you. Krishna will reveal to you. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, Sadhya Kabunaya. Nitya Siddha, Nitya means eternally. That prem for Krishna, that mood or rasa that you have for Krishna is eternally there in your heart. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, Sadhya Kabunaya, Shavan Adi Shuddha Chitte, Korayodaya. The love for Krishna is already there in your heart, fixed. You have particular rasa with Krishna that is fixed in your heart. And it becomes revived by Shavanadi Shuddha Chitte. When by hearing and chanting, your heart becomes purified, it is revealed to you. Krishna reveals that to you. That's a way of the spiritual journey. Revelation of spiritual journey. Krishna will reveal that to you. Who you are to me, how do you belong to me? In what way you can serve to me? And that is between you and devotee, you and Krishna. That's an intimate connection between Krishna and devotee.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have a question.
So, yeah, please.
You have said there are 12 different kind of rasas.
I've
Five
not said so far, but yeah, there are 12 kinds of rasa.
Oh,
Five
sorry.
are primary. Five
Five are primary, and what the others are? I don't know about that.
They are secondary. They are secondary. Means they are secondary rasas are there to enhance the primary rasas, basically. So mood of chivalry, somebody's Bhishma is fighting with Krishna. That is also rasa. So those things. So these secondary rasas are there to enhance the primary rasas, and this will be part of discussion later on. This will come to you. So we are just on the introduction part still. We are introducing the topics: how to love Krishna, devotional service, and you're missing Krishna. Missing Krishna means missing oneself. Self-realization and God-realization go hand in hand. So part of the introduction. So Mangalacharan means three things. And this introduction is where Srila Rupa Goswami is starting his Mangalacharan. The first 6 verses or 7 verses are there. I think 6 or 7, let me check. So they are there for the Mangalacharan, invocation prayers. That's how Prabhupada writes invoking auspiciousness. Mangalacharan has 3 parts. First is stating the objective of the book. Second is offering obeisances. Third is offering benediction. So this is how Rupa Goswami will be proceeding. This is stated by Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Mangalacharan has 3 parts: stating the objective, second is offering obeisances, and third is offering benediction. And this is how Rupa Goswami progressively is offering obeisances, stating the objective of the book. First he states the objective, Akhil Rasamrita Murti. Then he states, he offers prayers, then he offers benediction. Okay, can I go forward? Okay. I hope you can see now. So invoking auspiciousness, that's the first part of the Mangalacharan, stating the objective. Lord Shri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, the reservoir of all rasas and or relationships. So this is the objective of the book. The objective of the book is to tell you that the Krishna is the source of all rasas. He's the cause of all causes. Now, secondly, obeisances. Srila Rupa Goswami begins his book by offering his respectful obeisances unto Sri Sanatan Goswami, who is the elder brother and spiritual master. He thinks he's my spiritual master. And he prays that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu may be very pleasing to him. He's writing he's dedicating his book to Sri Sanatan Goswami. And further, the author of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Rupa Goswami, very humbly submits, this is very important, that he is just trying to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, although he humbly thinks himself unfit for this work. That should be the attitude of all preachers of Krishna consciousness movement, following the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami. We should never think of ourselves as great preachers, but should always consider that we are only simply instrumental to previous acharya, and simply by following in their footsteps, we may be able to do something for the benefit of suffering humanity. Now, this is very important. The attitude of the preacher. This is what Prabhupada writes. He humbly thinks himself unfit for this work. And Prabhupada says that should be the attitude of all the preachers of Krishna consciousness movement. See, we never become proud of making so many devotees. A preacher doesn't become proud. He has made this person a devotee. No. Anybody who has become devotee is because inspiration of Krishna, Guru, and sadhus. I'm just an instrument or instrumental, giving the mercy of acharyas, giving the mercy of Krishna to this person. So we don't claim as a devotee, as a preacher, that we made this much devotee or we made this person devotee. So many devotees are coming to my class and we made them devotees. No, we are unfit for that work, and everything is being done by Krishna. So same thing. It is Krishna who brings us into devotion service. A medium could be anybody, maybe me or somebody else, or Acharya or a Guru, or any book of Prabhupada. But we are just instrument. In the ocean, there are always different waves. Either so now, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada now is describing how this book is divided. Somebody can read this orange part.
As in the ocean, there are As in the ocean, there are always different waves, either on the eastern side, the southern side, the western side, or the northern side. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Similarly, the waves in the different part, there are four waves. The first being a general description of devotional service. The second concerns the regulative principles for executing devotional service, and the third wave, devotional service in ecstasy. In the fourth is the ultimate goal, love of God. These will be explicitly described along with their different symptoms.
Okay, good. So he describes this as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Let me just share my some PPT. Just a minute. I think I sent to Krishna Priya Mataji also. Let me see if I can share with this iPad. Is it visible to you?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this is the preface part, the complete science of Bhakti Yoga. We are just doing the overview now. And this is the breakdown of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Bhakti means devotion, Rasa means the mellow or the juice, Amrit means eternal, the nectar, and Sindhu means the ocean. And Prabhupada has cut short the name. Otherwise, it's an eternal nectarian ocean of devotion. So, but Prabhupada has cut short this name, the nectar of devotion. So, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This, I think we have done. The Rupa Goswami in the ocean of Bhakti Rasa. Rasa means mellow, the juice. It is just like ocean. The ocean has limitation, but this is unlimited. So Prabhupada saying in the lecture. So Prabhupada says, we have cut short the translation act of devotion. Now next, so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described a portion of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Bhakti devotion service. There is rasa, taste, and the taste is Amrita, eternal. So before it was explained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Rupa Goswami, and now he's explaining, spelling it out for our own understanding. Rasa, the same thing we just read. Rasa means every service has attractive feature which drives the servitor progressively on and on. That force which drives the philanthropist, householder, and nationalist is called kind of a rasa. Basically, rasa chapal sukh means mundane ras or bhogatya that we discussed already. Amrita that we also discussed. Any activity in Krishna consciousness is eternal. And now, so the purpose why they're writing, the sixth Goswami writing the books is Lokanam Hitakarino, for the welfare of the society in general. I think this is done. So, Srila Rupa Goswami. You know this pair, Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Sapitam Yena. What is that? Bhutale.
Bhutale.
Yeah, Srila Rupa Goswami has established, the meaning of the verse is, the Srila Rupa Goswami has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desires of Lord Chaitanya. He knows the inner mind of Krishna, and he's establishing that mission of Krishna. Just let me go through the next one. Yeah. Because this will be the part of discussion now, forward. Okay. Now, I don't know, so can somebody have this verse? Anyabhilashita Shunyam? Do you have this verse somewhere?
In handbook.
In handbook, you have
Yes.
this verse? You have this verse? Okay. So we'll recite this verse and then we'll move forward for the next discussion. About this is the definition of pure devotion service. Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadina Vitam Anukulena Krishna Anushilanam Bhaktiruttama. Can somebody read the translation from the handbook? Okay, here there's a translation. Sorry. Somebody can read this.
Hare Krishna. When first-class devotional service developed, one must be devoid from all material desires, knowledge obtained by monastic philosophy, and furtive actions. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna's desire.
So this is a definition of first-class devotional service. The first-class devotional service develops when one is devoid of all material desires. There's no material desire. Knowledge obtained by monastic, impersonal, jnana, philosophy, and fruitive action, the karma. Jnana karmadi anavritam. When the devotion service is not covered by jnana or karma, we'll explain everything in detail. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires. Now let us go forward. So there are two characteristics of pure devotion service. Sarupa Lakshan means the essential or the primary qualities, characteristics, and Tatastha, the secondary or the marginal, basically the marginal characteristics of pure devotion service. Two things are there, primary and the marginal. You could say the secondary, Tatastha Lakshan. Tatastha Lakshan and Sarupa Lakshan. So in this verse, the primary Lakshan for pure devotion service is Anukulena, Krishna, and Anushilanam. And Tatastha Lakshans, you can say primary Lakshan means which are of more importance. And Tatastha Lakshan, they are important, but not as much important as these primary Lakshan. Anukulena, Krishna, Anushilanam. I hope you got this. Let me explain to you. Let me come to you. Otherwise, it may not be very theoretical. This is very important. I'll tell you one story. Then this time Bimla Prasad Prabhu is teaching one course, Brahminical Culture and Ethics. Yeah. And he's in Mayapur. And this is a part of the course, the first semester for some teachings on Brahmanas, ethics, Brahmanas, lifestyles. Those things are discussed. So before Prabhuji, there was one teacher, Adi Purush Prabhu. He is very scholarly devotee, and he shared one incident. And I'll tell you how this is related to this part of discussion. He was sitting in one class, and class was being taken by Niranjan Swami Maharaj. Perhaps you must have heard his name, Niranjan Swami Maharaj. And in the middle of the class, Maharaj asked this question to all the audience. The audience were very senior devotees, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years in Krishna consciousness. All senior devotees were there. And Maharaj mentioned in the class, why does it happen that despite performing devotion service for so many years, 20, 30, 40 years, still a devotee doesn't feel so much advancement. Still those anarthas are still lingering in their mind, and they're struggling with those anarthas, like greediness, lust, anger, greed, envy, so forth. 6 anarthas. As Maharaj went on explaining those anarthas, devotees were feeling, okay, they were going down. Right? We feel this anartha still in our heart. Then Maharaj mentions that, why does this happen? Even despite of devotion service for so many years, still a devotee is struggling and grappling with the anarthas within. And then Maharaj quotes this verse, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadinamitam Anukulena Krishnanushilanam Bhaktirutamam. Maharaj mentioned that there's one thing lacking in our devotion service. So this is a point that we would like to drive home. We have spoken today for about 2 hours today. If you don't understand anything from the class, it's still okay. Now, the discussion that we are going to have now is very important. If you just remember these part of discussion, will be fruitful enough to grasp everything that you have heard so far. Maharaj mentions, he quotes his verse, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadinamritam. There's only one thing which is missing in our devotion service, which hinders our devotions, which inhibits our progress in Krishna consciousness. And Maharaj mentions the intention, that is, the very thing is intention to please Krishna. One is pleasing Krishna, one is intention to please Krishna. There are also both different things. Krishna may be displeased with our action, but if the intention is loving, Krishna consider that thing pure devotion service. In the case of Yashoda, many activities Yashoda mother does, Krishna is displeased. She's restricting Krishna, disciplining Krishna, but Krishna accepts the intention of Mother Yashoda. So basically, if you don't remember anything from this class today, but at least remember this intention to please Krishna. That is bhakti. When a devotee has an intention to please Krishna, is counted as bhakti. Now, this is the very thing Maharaj then told to the audience, which is missing in the life of devotee. When a devotee doesn't have that intention to please Krishna and maybe externally performing devotion service mechanically, will not make as much as progress as one who has this intention to please Krishna. So now let me come to this point again. And then we'll wind up for the day. 3 aspects are very important for a bhakti to be first class. This one. Out of which the intention to please Krishna is foremost. Okay. So let us just discuss the primary lakshana, primary symptoms of devotion. Anukulena, Krishna, Anushilanam. The bhakti has to be favorable. There were many demons in Krishna Leela. They were always thinking about Krishna. Even Kansa was always thinking about Krishna, but he was not thinking favorably. So he's not counted amongst the pure devotees of Krishna. Bhakti must be pleasing to Krishna. In fact, there has to be intention to please Krishna. Perform with the intention to please Krishna. Anukulena, pleasing to Krishna. Favorable and pleasing to Krishna. Now, Krishna includes what? Krishna plus his expansion. Because Krishna means what? Prabhupada will read that into the book introduction. Krishna means what? Krishna plus his personal expansions and his pure devotees as well. So somebody who is doing bhakti for the spiritual master, knowing that he's a devotee, a pure devotee of Krishna, one who's serving a pure devotee, thinking that this devotee is a pure devotee of Krishna, is counted amongst the pure devotion service. Okay. After this slide, then we'll come to the discussion from the book. Let me see if we can cover that. Otherwise, we'll take it tomorrow. Anushilanam. Anu means falling and constantly. Shilana means behavior. So let me just put it down. Then I hope this will be too much for the day. I'll give you the primary definition, and then some part of discussion we can have today, tomorrow. Tomorrow. What should I do? You have any questions so far? What do you think? I think will be too much. Did you understand what is the verse? What is the verse? I don't think you're getting it. I mean, let me ask you a question. What is Anushilanam? What is Anushilanam?
Following consistently.
Following constantly. Okay, Anushilanam. What is Krishna in that definition of Krishna? 3 things.
Krishna himself,
Krishna,
expansions and pure devotees.
Yeah.
Associates.
Krishna's expansions, incarnations, and Krishna's pure devotees. What is Anukulena? What is Anukulena?
Favorable.
Favorable. What are the 2 things that bhakti should be devoid of?
material desires.
Okay, material desires. Then what? What are the 2 types of material desires that the verse talks about? Jnana and karmadi. Jnana karmadi anavritam. These are 2 material desires. Fruitive action. Any action which is performed for sense enjoyment is called basically fruitive action. And jnana, philosophical speculation. Juggling of words. Basically, the purpose of jnana is to merge into impersonalism. Prabhupada will explain. Hope we can discuss this verse tomorrow more into detail, and we'll leave the discussion right here. Any questions so far? Anything that you have in your doubt? Anything? Okay. Let me ask. Yes, Mataji. Naina Kundanani. I think you're speaking for the first time. No, you have already spoken. Anybody who has not spoken so far? Anybody who has not spoken so far? Barkha Hotwani, have you spoken so far? Because I can see now you're on the screen.
Not yet, Prabhuji.
Good. At least we heard you not yet.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
We have already given you a chance a couple of times. Let me say this Sunil Kumar, if you have any question, we'll come back to you then again.
Hare Krishna, Renot Pranams. Prabhu, I don't have any question. I just want to say that I haven't spoken here.
Okay. Now, Mataji, you have your question. Nana Mataji.
Prabhuji, I can't understand Anukulena. You said that we are thinking of Krishna, but we are not thinking favorably. So, give the example of how, favorably, what does mean by?
I can think of Krishna, but not favorably in the sense. I'll tell you one story. One Mataji came to our temple, and she was very having so much pity on Krishna. Krishna suffered so much in his life. The only girl that he loved, she got married with someone else. She was telling, one should give some love to Krishna because he has lived a very miserable life. And the only girl that he had love with, she got married to someone. The Tadani got married with someone, and he was born in prison house. And his own mama, maternal uncle, didn't like him. He wanted to kill this Krishna, and Krishna had to kill his maternal uncle, the mama himself. So basically, she's thinking about Krishna, but not favorably. This lady who came to temple, and she was telling these things to pujaris. She came on the day of Janmashtami, and she was saying one should give love to Krishna because he has lived a very miserable life. He was born in a prison house. He will feel happy if he gets some love from other devotees. So they are the people who think of Krishna, but not favorably. Sometimes even the parents are chastising, who is this Krishna? What do you do, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna? So they're also thinking of Krishna, but not favorably. She's saying yes. So we happen to find people in this world, they think they had different conception of Krishna. But here we are thinking Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead, and who's trying to serve Krishna, think Krishna favorably in terms of service. Knowing Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead. Though we'll discuss this verse in detail in class tomorrow, and I didn't feel like I should touch this verse more.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Maybe we can have more discussion tomorrow. We still have 1 or 2 minutes. If you have any question, otherwise feel free to leave. And no matter how good the class would be, if you take overtime, people go haywire, isn't it? This happens in Veena Kumari, yes. I'm being very punctual to end the class on time. So you have only 1 minute.
I have
1 or 2 minutes, yeah.
I have
Please.
a question. What is the difference? What is the difference primary rasa and second rasa?
Taake Sindhi achindi hai?
Achindi hai.
Sindhi ma question chayo.
Difference है primary rasa and secondary rasa में.
Primary rasa and secondary rasa is not there. The difference is primary characteristics and secondary characteristics. It's not rasa, characteristics. We'll discuss in detail tomorrow. Basically, they are of utmost importance. Both are important, but the primary characteristics are given more important according to definition of pure devotion service by Rupa Goswami. These are the most important element, anukulena, krishnanushilanam, in the definition of pure devotees, pure devotion service. Shobha Mataji, Tanjo Prashan, Chatai.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Rana Pranam. प्रभु असां अगर कंहिंजो नालो रखंदा आहियूं फॉर सपोज घर में भेण या भाउ जो कृष्णा त मुंहिंजी भेण जो नालो कृष्णा आहे असां सॼो ॾींहुं उनखे सॾु कंदा आहियूं कृष्णा 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 बट इट डज़ंट मीन कि असां कृष्ण खे था यादि कयूं पोइ इहो बि असांजी भक्ति में शुमार थींदो आहे
एक सुठो आया कृष्ण जो नालो ॾाढी टाइम. It's good that you're taking Krishna's time so much time, but it is not addressing to Krishna. It will remind you to think of Krishna, obviously, and somebody's just calling his son, just like you have your mother, and he's calling your brother. So, yeah, that will remind him of Krishna, but that cannot be counted as pure devotion service, provided that Krishna reminds of you as Krishna, Supreme Personality about it.
But
okay.
most of the times जॾहिं असां उनखे सॾु कंदा आहियूं त कृष्णा यादि अची वेंदो आहे.
हाँ ठीक है, then he be pure devotion service थी वेंदी. मूंखे ॻाल्हाइण नथी अचे छा चवंदा आहिनि
तव्हां इलाही सुठी पिया ॻाल्हायो. तव्हां इलाही सुठी पिया ॻाल्हायो.
सिखी वेंदा
I have a broken Siddhi, पर मां समझंदो आहियां छा था चयो. Okay. Maybe this is one of the reasons I can take hear Sindhi more and be more accustomed to habitual assimilate also more. Veena Kumari, Tanjo Prashan, hand raised. Yes, no, okay. Acha, this one thing happens. Somebody opens the video. People they don't open the videos at all. Huh? This happens in all the classes. Oh. Okay, so some are doing pure devotion service, some are into impersonalism. Okay, Daya Lohana, you have your hand raised. You have last minute, and then we'll finish the class on time.
प्रभु जी मूंखे इहो पुछणो आहे तव्हां सिंधी किथां सिखी आहे इंडिया में रही करे तव्हां सुठी सिंधी ॻाल्हायो पिया
No, actually, I belong to Sindhi family only. So my parents were Sindhis. So parents will talk to each other. So we'll just overheard, we overheard. We can make out the meaning. I can understand Sindhi perfectly. I can understand perfectly, full to full. But the problem is we were not somehow trained into speaking Sindhi. So that part we lacked. And I think I'm just trying to revive my Sindhis by watching Sindhi podcast and trying to speak with Sindhi devotees. Kajal is one of the devotee I speak Sindhi with much. And Jai Tulsi also teaching me a bit. So all the credit goes to them, whatever Sindhi I can speak a bit. So they have to be credited for all these things. And if you want, if you have some time, you can also teach me Sindhi at your leisure time, whenever you have some time. Okay. I'm so happy that Dea is coming again for the classes. And she was one of the most sincere student in our class. I think you have got your Bhakti Sastri
certificate. Yes, I have got.
So it came to me, and then I was very proud that this will come to you. So one of the most sincere student. And they
Thank you.
So once you go through Bhakti Sastri, you should again do Bhakti Sastri, if possible for you. Because one time you hear and you don't catch everything. So next time you make more efforts. So there are more things are discovered and revealed to you. Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll meet tomorrow. And with this,
Prabhuji, Beena has to ask something. Can she? Beena Kumari.
I've been asking this question. Yeah, Beena Kumari, you have any question? We have to leave on time. Beena Kumari, you have any question?
Beena Mataji, I think Prabhuji, her mic is not working. Mataji, you can write your question in the chat box so that Prabhu can read.
So what do you say? You have 1 or 2 minutes extra time, so we can wait for Beena Kumari, or she can call somebody devotee and ask question, or maybe you can ask tomorrow. Yeah. So Jaya Mataji,
she's saying her mic is not working.
do you have anything to say? Something on the closer? So all my service has been inspired from Jai Tulsi Mataji. She's the one who inspired me personally to take some Bhakti Shastri classes. I was very hesitant. Somehow I don't, by the nature, I don't like to teach so much, but based on her inspiration, I spoke something a bit here.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Jai Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
Prabhuji, thank you so much for your association and teaching this course to all the students. It is really very, very inspiring for us. Like this first class, it was really very, very enlightening and very amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Beena
So
Kumari
much
will meet you next.
you accepted my request. I'm really very grateful for that.
Good. Thank you. Beena Kumari will meet next tomorrow, and we can take your question.
Prabhuji, Beena has her question in the
Okay.
chat box.
I don't know.
I would read it. What if a person is enthusiastic to know more about Krishna, read Shastra, but unable to complete 16 rounds? All he or she is doing to rise in bhakti.
Actually, in bhakti, efforts to chanting 16 rounds or efforts within is just in which rasa. See, sometimes we may not be able to complete our 16 rounds, and we may be hankering for a day, when we'll complete our 16 rounds. Sometimes Krishna gives that also. Obviously, I don't say we should intentionally do it. Sometimes we have this hankering within us. I should chant more. I should complete my 16 round. I should read more. And we're not able to do it because of situation. And this hankering is accepted by Krishna. In regard to what rasa is it, I'll discuss tomorrow. But sometimes that feeling itself is very good. That when I'll complete my round, when I'll read this book, when I'll complete this book of Acharya, when I have this eagerness is accepted by Krishna. Actually, this eagerness is required. In fact, on the last note, I'll say the only price that we can purchase Krishna with is only our eagerness. If this increases your eagerness, you're not able to complete your chant your round. If this gives you more eagerness to complete your round, it's more pleasing to Krishna. Obviously, one should complete one's round, but sometimes we feel Krishna gives that eagerness because of lack of some practices, and that is what Krishna is driving the point home, your eagerness. And that eagerness is only the price to purchase Krishna. The Krishna Bhakti or Krishna consciousness is easily available. The only price one has to pay is eagerness. I'll not take any more question by Dayal Lohana. If your hand is still raised, we'll have to wind it up. I told Krishna Priya Mataji, I'll
It's
take
by mistake.
I told Krishna Mataji, I'll only take class until 9:30. It is already over time according to my schedule. So we'll discuss tomorrow. I'll make a point until tomorrow. We'll have a class until 9:30. I'll not take much of your time. So because I have to get up for Mangalarti and other things are there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Jai.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Hare Krishna.